Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Joe Kasper and welcome to the Underground Health Club. We have an exciting program today. Before we begin our segment today, I'd like to talk about our wonderful sponsors, and we will start with Muscle Goat Protein. We have great flavors. We have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Delicious, no chemicals, no fillers, the best protein on the planet. Here's why. The lab, the farm, the manufacturing facility, and the goats are all on the same property. In addition, they're fed apple cider vinegar. So to me, there's nothing better. People of all ages love it. It tastes great. Kids, adults, seniors, athletes, absolutely phenomenal. That's musclegoat.com. Next, I'd like to thank our other sponsor, which is Power Pack 3. That's right, Power Pack 3 probiotics, digestive enzyme, multivitamin packets from the lab to you. No warehouse, no shelf, the way it should be. Small batches are made every month, and that's how we do it. Is it great for business? No. Does it help you? Yes. And the testimonials have been through the roof, just like with the Muscle Goat. People love it. People need probiotics. They need digestive enzymes. They need multivitamins. But if you buy them sitting on a shelf, there's chemicals and fillers in a lot of these products. It's not going to work as well as it could. And it will also contraindicate with our medication, which we don't want. So Power Pack 3 never does. It's complete food-based. And we back it up with real science and real honesty, which in today's world is definitely needed. Last but not least is Mom's Butter. Mom's Butter is delicious. As you look on that label, you'll see that woman there in the blonde hair. That is my mom. We designed that together last summer, momsbutter.com. It's a goat ghee, which means it's liquid when it's warm outside or inside, and when it's cold, it's solid. So it's great, and it never goes rancid like a lot of oils. So when you go to restaurants and you have oil sitting around and heat hits it, sometimes your stomach doesn't feel good because a lot of times the oils turn rancid from heat. With goat ghee, it never happens. And again, it's from a goat, not a cow. And we like that better because a goat has one stomach and a cow has four. So there's definitely some issues going there. Harder for you to digest cow than goat, no question about it. And it tastes great as well. Great for eggs, oatmeal, fish, absolutely phenomenal. That's momsbutter.com. Oof, I think I'm tired already, but let me tell you what's going on, folks. I guess if I can, as we begin the program here. It's been a tough couple weeks. I'm starting to feel a little better, but not totally. And it's interesting because when you have a car accident, you know, you feel okay, and you don't know what's going to happen. There's a residual effect, and there is. I mean, I'm getting tired more than usual. I'm not feeling as great as I thought I'd be by now. I'm doing okay, but I thought I'd be better. A lot more work to be done to get myself better with rehab and the doctors and all that stuff. And by the way, thank you for your kind words. People have been reaching out to me still. So I do thank you for doing that. So a couple of things I want to talk about. It's now springtime, and this is one of the times where people start talking about it's time to get ready for the summer. And for, I guess, women, it would be, let's say, bikini season, as they call it. Okay, at my age, that's not always the case because, you know, we're not 20 years old anymore. And for the guys, they want to have the six-pack abs and all that other stuff. Most people my age do not have that as well. Let's be real. And someone I know real well from back home posted something on Facebook. It was interesting. The scale said he weighed almost 300 pounds. And he posted, "Game on." And for most people, that's like great. He's excited to get healthy. Nah, not the case. Because if you're never living healthy, so that means you're not eating healthy, you're not taking good supplements, you're not drinking enough water, you never exercise, all these things, then all of a sudden, you're going to go full tilt. We've heard this before. Not going to work. I'm sorry. And people are posting, try intermittent fasting, try this program, eat this, eat that. When a program is put together for someone, I mention this all the time, especially when it comes to health, there are a lot of factors that people need to know. First of all, it's not a one-size-fits-all. It never is in health. It really isn't. You don't want a one-size-fits-all. And first of all, there's 24 hours in a day. That's it. Not 36, not 40, 24. So you need to know the person's situation. How many hours of sleep do they require or do they want to get? What's their time in terms of socialization? Their family, how many kids, how old are they? What's the responsibility of the kids? Is it a mom and dad together? Is it a divorce situation? Is it grandma raising? There's so many different factors for the person to get healthy, because if it's not realistic in their life, it's going to fail. When I see things on the internet and it says before and after pictures, great. What about before, after, and after? You won't see it. And sometimes people will say, well, the program didn't work because it was my fault. Okay, take some responsibility. But physiologically, you think your body can go without eating? Are you going to measure all the time? It's exhausting. It really is. So going back to this guy here, who I know, I'm not going to say his name, that there are a lot of factors. And I think people need to know the personality, maybe their blood work. All these things play a role in putting programs together. And his body frame, injuries, you name it. They have to all be accounted for. And I think too many health professionals don't. And also, too many people, I think, stay in a lane they don't belong in. I mentioned this on other shows. I do not give you advice on how to fix a car. Why? I don't have a clue. I don't. Do I want to have a clue? No. Does it interest me? No. When people, though, give advice on, let's say, food, vitamins, stuff, they mean it from the heart. They're trying to say, you know what? I think this will work for you. But do they really know? So if you tell someone, take these vitamins, okay, what are the ingredients? Could there be a possible side effect? What about the chemicals and fillers that might coincide with their blood pressure, thyroid, or cholesterol medicine, whatever stuff they take? You think about that? No. People don't. They just don't. What works for one person won't work for another. So everyone's body is different. Everyone's mind's different. We're all different. We all have different needs. I have things that make me happy. Other people would say, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's it. So I have people say to me, they go, well, Joe, don't you miss, bad food? And I go, no, because it's something I haven't had much of in the last 30 years. I taught myself to like healthy stuff, and I actually like the taste of it. I really do. So if I have something not so healthy, I don't feel right. My stomach doesn't feel good. It's not me. But if you make a drastic change, you're gonna have problems. So I always tell this to people, the program you're gonna do, you think it'll last forever? And they go, no. I go, why are you doing it? Well, I just want to lose a little bit of weight. What happens when you gain it back? And they go, not gonna happen. I go, it's always gonna happen. And pretty much it always does. You need a long-term plan. It takes time. When you build a house, you have a foundation. You have floors. Even I know that. You don't start on the second floor. So if you're having health problems, but you got to start somewhere. And some simple things, get more sleep. Now, one of my issues is I don't get enough sleep. I admit I don't require as much as I think I do, but I don't. I mean, I get up early and I'm raring to go, but I probably need some more sleep at times. And I admit that. That's my thing. Drink enough water. Okay, you need to drink water. It's hot. Where you live in the country, it's almost May. It's going to get warmer. It's going to get warmer. Drink water before you're thirsty. So these things you could start out with. But if you think by going on a diet and eliminating things part-time or for a few months is going to work, it's going to come back with vengeance, because at some point you're going to cave. You're going to cave in most cases. There are exceptions to the rule. Okay? And anyway, we're going to get to some of those exceptions, because I just found out from our producer that it's time for me to go to a commercial break, because I'm starting to roll here and I got a lot of information to give you. So let's go to a commercial break before they get mad at me. Thank you.
For 55 years, people have bought trucks from Tillery in Los Lunas. We have a great selection of vehicles, the quality service department, and some of the best deals in the state. But most importantly, we found people prefer to buy trucks from people who actually drive trucks.
Tillery is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network, locally owned and operated, located in Los Lunas, right off I-25, exit 203. Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewnetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
Hello, folks. I'm Dr. Joe Kasper. And when it comes to protein, there's a lot of different products out there. And I'm going to tell you flat out, Muscle Goat protein is the best protein on the market. No chemicals, no fillers. The goats are fed apple cider vinegar in their water every morning. No cows on the property, no cross-contamination. And people who have any kind of health issues can use it. For more information, go to www.musclegoat.com.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Welcome back, folks. Time for the second segment of the Underground Health Club. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Kasper. And when we left, we were talking about, or I was talking about, some things having to do with getting healthy, putting a plan together long term. And I was mentioning about having certain parameters that I believe you should have before beginning any program. There's a lot of factors, and I mentioned some simple things. I personally don't get enough sleep. I don't feel sleep deprived, but I'm sure I am. And drinking enough water, which I definitely do. So those are two things you can add. And we live in a world that's ever changing. Things are just too quick. I mean, we have social media, we have the news, we have all these things that are going rapid pace. So what I want to talk about too is when designing a program or taking advice from people, even though they mean well, I always say, be careful. Be careful. And the reason is because people, as I mentioned on their first segment, are all different. Their work schedule, their life, their food habits. Now, here's another thing, finance. Example, I've had people come to me, they go, Joe, I would love to eat organic food, but I can't afford it. And the word I can't afford, I know because I'm a recovering brokeaholic. You heard that, recovering brokeaholic, not the other one, thank goodness, because that does happen to some people, but I've been broke before. But also I find too sometimes it's not so much always the price of the food, but the value you feel. I've had people tell me they can't afford certain things, and I know they spend a lot of money on processed food and alcohol. So, where does it go? Now, one of the things about Albuquerque that I love, and they started actually 2 weeks ago, so it's now April through November. It used to be May through September. They made it longer, is the Growers Market, which is right down the street there from the TV studio at Robinson Park. These people have the best lettuce and apples and vegetables I've ever tasted. They have small farms, no chemicals, no fillers, no nothing. I've been over there and they explain how they do everything. And they bring it to the growers market. They pick the vegetables that morning or the night before. I mean, that's as fresh as you can get. You could taste the vitamins. I mean, when I eat that lettuce, I could feel it in my body. Fantastic. And is it that expensive? No. Very reasonable price. Really. It really is. They take cash, they take credit card. That's the growers market. As I say, those are my people. They're great. I mean, they're really great. I've got to know some of them for the last few years. They really care. And when you buy food from someone that really cares, you could just feel that. And most of these people, it's not their full-time business. They have small farms on their property. And this is what they do. And it's a passion of theirs. It's a real passion. And that's fantastic. So going back to designing a health program, when I say be careful, if it's too much on you mentally or physically or financially, it's going to fail. So there's a lot of programs out there, the keto, the paleo, Weight Watchers, this thing, that thing, and they all tell you they all work. Really? No, they don't. I wrote a book called Fire Your Diet for a reason. If a program is going to last you 6 months or a year, and then it's going to fail you or it's not for you. You got to be realistic. And the people that design these programs, here's the issue I have. Are they clinical nutritionists? No, they're not. They're not. They're about the money. There's nothing wrong with making money with a program, but it's not always going to work. I remember when I wrote the book Fire Your Diet, I went into, I'll say it, Jenny Craig, because it was near my mother's house. And I just wanted to talk to them. I also went to Weight Watchers about what they were doing to get information from my book. I didn't tell them who I was. And I asked a couple of questions, and I was thrown out of both places because one was, I said, oh, I noticed you guys have all these snacks that you sell, and there's a lot of chemicals and fillers. And they go, well, everyone needs a treat. And I go, okay, what about treats without chemicals and fillers? How's this going to help them? And anyway, I was asked to leave, and I left. But it was interesting. And the people were giving advice, no credentials. Not that you always have to have credentials. I'm not saying you have to. There are people out there who I know who have PhDs in exercise physiology, nutrition. They're brilliant in a lab setting, college setting, whatever. But in terms of with people, regular, they should be working in the lab with rats. And I've said that to some of them. In other words, they have no personal skills. Zero. None. So, you know, you get in life kind of what you pay for. That's a reality. And you have to really know what's going on with people. So, example, my mom, as a lot of people know, has had some health issues over the years. Am I the best person to take care of her? You bet I am. No question. I know my mom well. I know the vitamins she can take that won't counterindicate her medication. I know her personality. Yes, I'm the best person. Can I do everything? No, I'm not a medical doctor. Not. But I can do what I can do. I know the best exercise program for her. I know what she'll do, what she won't do. So these are all factors. And you do the best you can with people. But people do a lot of things on emotion. They go through programs, they join with people. That's great. Motivation is a great thing. I think it's fantastic. But if you can't do it for the long haul, what are you going to do? I offer advice to friends and family all the time. Some listen, some don't care. I can't help that. You know, we're all going to live a life. We're all going to die, unfortunately, which I don't like, and that's another story which I don't want to talk about. But so what about living the best possible life you can, being as healthy as you can? Now, I've been called a fanatic, a health nut, tree hugger, whatever you want to say. Are they true? Yeah, all true. All true. Guess what? So what? Sticks and stones and, you know, all that stuff. Doesn't matter. I know who I am. And what I try to do is I try to learn from people's mistakes. My genetics take right after my father. So I decide at the age of 20, I'm not going to have a heart attack and stroke like my father. Not going to happen. Won't allow it. Now, am I perfect? No. But I'm going to figure things out so it doesn't happen to me. So if I've been given this knowledge or ways to figure it out, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Too many people at a young age abuse their body. They do. I mean, my mom admits this, smoking for 48 years. Let's see, age 12 to 48, so 36 years. 36 years, yeah, I said it wrong, I'm sorry. She's missing part of a lung. That's why she gets ill sometimes. Made a mistake. So I'm hoping I can teach you guys some nuggets on why being healthy really matters. You know, getting rid of certain habits that you know are bad, that you could live with. Because it's about living a great life. You know, I do not want the end of my life to be in a hospital bed. I just don't. You know, for the last year, I don't want that. It happens, yeah. I don't want it. So, on that note, folks, we're going to go to a commercial break. I'm starting to get a little emotional here because I have more to tell you guys. So, when we get back from break, we're going to talk about more controversial issues. I'll see you in a minute. Thank you.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Hello folks, I'm Dr. Joe Kasper. And when it comes to protein, there's a lot of different products out there. And I'm going to tell you flat out, Muscle Goat protein is the best protein on the market. No chemicals, no fillers. The goats are fed apple cider vinegar in their water every morning. No cows on the property, no cross-contamination. And people who have any kind of health issues can use it. For more information, go to www.musclegoat.com.
Wondering if you can afford the ring of her dreams? At Crown Jewels & Coin, we actually double the diamond for what you would pay at a chain store. Trade in your old jewelry towards GIA certified diamonds. Choose from a large selection of settings featuring Viraggio. We can customize a design and offer no credit check 2-year interest-free financing. Get more than you ever thought possible here at Albuquerque's family jeweler for over 50 years. Crown Jewels & Coin, for all you treasure. 3248 San Mateo at Kruger's Corner.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewnetworks.com to buy your DVD today. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
And we're back, folks, for the last segment of the Underground Health Club. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Kasper. So we were talking about programs for health, and these are things that really, really matter in this world. So here's what I want to ask you. When you talk to any kind of health professional, and that could be your medical doctor, a chiropractor, acupuncturist, massage therapist, Reiki, yoga, Pilates, your personal trainer, whatever it may be. If you ask them certain pertinent questions about what they think of certain things, and their answer is, here's what I do. Wrong answer. I never go up to someone and I say, well, here's what I do. It's about them. It's about you. So your health professional might like something and maybe you don't. So that's another thing I hear professionals sometimes, they go, well, here's what I do. Person didn't ask that question. I've been in the store sometimes and I'll ask someone, what's the best shirt or what's the best food here? And the person goes, here's what I like. And I'm like saying, that's not what I ask. And I try to be polite. I ask what's the best for my reasons. So when you're getting advice from all these people, are they giving you advice based on what they know? Probably. If they don't have an answer, instead of going like this, I'm not sure about that, they should just say, I'm not sure about that. If I don't know an answer, I'll say, I don't know. So I had someone say to me, actually my mom's doctor said, have your son invent a vitamin that's going to be better than, what did he say to me? I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. A vitamin that's going to help people in terms of, let's say, lung disease. Do I have an answer? No, I don't. Okay, and I said, I don't know. I mean, that would be great. I think if I made something too good, I'd probably get in trouble. But I would love to design something that helps people with their breathing. That would be fantastic, because too many of these medications have too many side effects. So that would be a great thing. Is it possible? Sure, anything's possible. Do I have the answer now? No. And I said to my mother, I don't know right now. I said, I don't have an answer or a clue, but it's something that can be worked on possibly. And that would take time. But I wish people would be honest. And on programs, not one size fits all. So when I see people, let's say, working out or exercising, and I see all different body frames, all different sizes, all different ages, and sometimes I'm watching people for a second, and they're kind of all training the same way. And I'm like, wait a minute. They have different body frames, different whatever. Did that professional take into account of all these things? So when a medical doctor says, take this drug, do they explain to you the side effect? You know what my mother said? She goes, if they did, you wouldn't take it. And back in the day, in her day, the pharmacist explained all the side effects. It's written on the package, but who reads it? But I just think that they should know. I really, someone say, here are the side effects. It's your choice what you want to do here. Most people will take the medication because they fear if they don't, something can happen. Not if they take it, something can happen, because that can happen as well. There are a lot of side effects to things. You know, prednisone is one of those medications that people take when they're sick, and it's made from rat poison. There's at least 14 side effects they tell you about. So if you take it and take it and take it, problems. And people go, oh, it's not that bad. Says who? Says who? So be very, very careful in terms of all these things. Now, when I say be careful is people might say, well, I'm going to do my research. Unfortunately, we live in a world where doing your research, the internet's great, by the way, to find things, isn't always accurate. Sometimes you'll read that something's a scam. Someone doesn't like that person. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I've seen that. So these are a lot of factors. It's not a one-size-fits-all. When I worked as an exercise physiologist, which I kind of still do, and I designed someone's rehab program, let's say, or an exercise protocol, I have to know all the things I mentioned before, their personality, their job, their life, what they're willing to do, structural issues, knee, hip, back, neck, whatever it may be. And I'm a big believer in this is when someone's working out, especially, and there's an issue with something hurting, you tell that professional, that physical therapist, that personal trainer, my leg hurts, my back hurts. And they should, as a professional, be able to adapt right there on the spot and say, you know what, let's stop this, let's do something else, let's fix this right now. Right now. That's exactly how I do it. And I think that's very important. And if they don't know the answer, they should say, I don't know the answer. But if something hurts, the whole no pain, no gain, no, not the answer. It's not the answer. It really, really isn't. And as you go through life and you think about your health, because people think about the mortality, and I've always thought about my health even as a teenager, and I was labeled nutcase and this and that, still am. But it makes sense now. It's wonderful to have a great family and spend holidays with them and see your kids grow. And you know, when I see my friends' kids, like one of my good friends back home from Staten Island, Stephen Nardulli, great guy, his son is playing college baseball. And they switched from wood bats to aluminum bats, which means it's going to be harder for the kid. He's 11 for 11 in save opportunities, throwing 91 miles an hour. And, you know, him and I are both big Met fans, and I go, Stephen, how is your son, the future closer of the New York Mets, doing? And he's ecstatic. The guy's ecstatic. It's wonderful. But he also knows, you know what, Joe, I need to get healthier, and I'm here for him. And he does some things, but I'm here for him. And I want to see that kid, you know, his son makes the major leagues. Oh, my God, it'd be amazing. I think we both cry. So anyway, so on that note, folks, we need to end the show soon, so I'm going to mention our great sponsors before we leave. And thank you for listening to this program. First of all, I absolutely want to thank Muscle Goat Protein, the best protein on the planet, which is chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, super clean, no chemicals, no fillers. The goats are fed apple cider vinegar every morning in their water. Fantastic for all ages, and it tastes great as well. And Power Pack 3, that's right, Power Pack 3, the best supplement packets in the world, probiotic, digestive enzyme, multivitamin packets that you can put in your pocket. It's very easy to digest, helps break down food. Those of you who are looking to lose weight, as they say, this will help your digestive process. Fantastic. And then, of course, we ended with Mom's Butter. That's right, momsbutter.com. That's my mom right on there. Goat ghee, one ingredient, the cleanest butter, or actually goat ghee on the planet. One ingredient, that's it, goat ghee, nothing else. Great for eggs, fish, as well as oatmeal. Fantastic taste, and it really melts well, and it never goes rancid. So on that note, folks, we are going to end the program. Thank you for listening. I ranted a little bit. I want to get some things off my chest about training people and health professionals. We're going to get more into this, and we're going to bring on some health professionals in the next few weeks as well. So I thank you for listening, and please remember, your health is your wealth. Never, ever forget it. Bye now.